2019 was full of travel and also
the year that actually broke me down. Hello, Merry Christmas to everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is gonna be a very different video. It's the first time that I will ever make a uncut raw video, which scares the shit out of me, but anyway, it is what it is and I'm going to proceed with it. So this video is about me and the year of 2019 and from my own perspective, for some things that I would like to let you know. So the first thing that I want to address about it is that I didn't produce many videos this year, and whoever is watching this channel like frequently knows that, and this is something that hurts because like I really genuinely like making these videos and I'm planning to change that next year, but that's for a next video. For now, like I just wanted to address that I miss YouTube. And with that out of the way, let's take the year from its beginning, which was January 2019, and I was in a position that many of you probably are familiar with. I had no money and I needed a job. And at that point I remembered of a friend of mine that I had met in Vietnam, that he and his girlfriend, they were traveling around the world and they acquired the funds for it when they were working in Iceland. And at that point they suggested me, why don't you go and work in Iceland, and you know, it's great. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. So I started researching about it, and after a month of doing so, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. And I kept researching, and at some point I made a list with all the hostels of Iceland and their emails. I made a very presentable and professionally looking CV on Facebook, on Photoshop, and then I created a custom email and I sent that email with the CV to all the hostels from the list. And then I started getting replies, and I evaluated those replies, and in the end I was in between two hostels and I chose the one that I thought it's the best for me. So I started talking by Skype with the owner and we arranged everything, and at the end of February I flew to Iceland. And I got to that place, which was totally in the middle of nowhere. If you've seen my video, you know about it. It's gonna pop up here somewhere. And after a week that the owner was there and she was training me, she was like, you know what, I have so many things that I need to do in Reykjavik, so I'm leaving and you're gonna be here alone taking care of everything. I was like, okay. And after some weeks that I did that and I was actually running the business on my own, I started loving it and it was awesome. I had a great time. The only thing that, you know, got me terrified at some point was one thought. I thought, if I just fall down and go unconscious, probably they will find me a week later with my ass frozen, totally dead. But you know, I was like, okay, I'll try not to fall. And I continued doing what I was doing there, which, you know, I really enjoyed my time these 2 first months being alone in the middle of nowhere. And then the time went by and slowly the summer came and we had more people that joined and we were working all together. And it was still great, but you know, too many people also means a bit of a conflict, which was inevitable. And don't get me wrong, I really love all these people. It was just like, it wasn't just me doing everything. I had to cooperate with more people, which kind of led me at some point to my first breakdown of the year, but which I think it's normal and it happens like to any kind of job everybody has ever done in the history of humankind. And I was like, okay, get on with it, and that's what I did. And after a week or so, I was back again running and everything was great. so the first breakdown wasn't that serious. So the summer went by and we had a great time. It was also too much busy at the same and too much work at the same time, and we had concerts, which was great to have concerts, and I got to meet all the bands as well. It was really great. And eventually the summer came to an end. And you know, when a summer ends, it's kind of sad by itself. But you know, I was okay with it. What I wasn't okay with was that everybody left at the same day. So the previous day we were 7 people working at this specific amount of traffic we got from the tourists, and the next day we were just 2 people, me and another person, dealing with the exact same amount of traffic, which was horrible. Like, we were not able to do that actually. It was just too much for 2 people. And that eventually led me to my second breakdown of the year, which this time was very horrible. At some point, I started having migraines every single day. I was totally burned out and in a really, really bad physical and psychological situation. And then I couldn't do much about it because I had to continue doing it. And you know, slowly the traffic started fading out eventually, and we got to the point that we closed the hostel because the season was over. And that was the fun part of the year, because I got to travel all around Iceland with a car of another staff member. She gave me her car because I had to return the car to her in Reykjavik, and I arranged with her to go around Iceland first. And that was really, really fun time. Spoiler alert, videos on that are coming soon, but you know, enough said. I'm continuing with the video. And after this great travel around Iceland, it was time for me, after almost 8 months, to return back home, which is Greece. And that's what I did. I flew back to Athens firstly, and I had to stay in Athens for more than a month for 2 reasons. First was because I wanted to buy equipment for my videos, like filming equipment and stuff. And the second reason was that I got invested to a new relationship which ended before it even started. And that, along with the fact that I was in Athens and I really totally hate Athens, with all these things led me to my third and final major breakdown of this year, which was again pretty horrible. And after some days of me being on the floor, I was like, okay, the only thing you have to do is stand up and continue your life, because you know, it's not worth it to be on the floor. And that's what I did. I got up and I'm continuing my life, and right now life's good. I'm back to my hometown, Crete. I have all the equipment finally that I need to create more videos, and that's what I'm planning to do actually. This year, next year, to create a lot of videos. And don't get me wrong, like I don't want to sound like a a whiner that's like, oh, my life is so hard and this year, I'm totally grateful and blessed for the life that I have, and I'm totally aware that the majority of the people on this planet have a lot harder time than me. And with that in mind, like, I just wanted to address some of the stuff that didn't really work for me that year. And again, I'm planning and I will change that next year, because with all the equipment that I got, I'm finally able, and I also have the time right now to produce the content that I want to produce. So be prepared that new content is coming, and as I said before, some videos of Iceland will come first, and after that it's gonna be me exploring different types of videos. But I will say no more on that, because I want it to be a surprise. And yeah, that was my year. I hope you guys had a better year than me, and I hope next year will bring you everything that you wish for the next year. And more or less that's it. Give me a comment, like, what do you think? Like, do you think I'm a whiner, or I don't know. Anyway, that concludes my year and slash psychotherapy, YouTube psychotherapy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me all this way. And I have to tell you that we have a long more way starting next year. And yeah, it's great. Life's great again. So have a great holidays and see you on the next year. Bye!